go.
Here we go. Move down.
Lasala and Zach Tucci for the opening faceoff. It's won by Carolina. Maddie Palin, Mike McCloskey, Scott McCall, the officials for semifinal number 1, third meeting of the season between Virginia and UNC. They split the first two. Carolina, co-champions of the ACC, back on this stage for the first time since that 2016 championship season. William Perry. 3 midfielders for North Carolina, all All-Americans, and Chris Gray, his first. Connor for Virginia. He could be an X factor today. 10 goals this year, 6 against Carolina. Now Matt Moore. He was their best offensive player in 2019. Connor Shellenberger working from behind, looking to feed Payton Cormier. It trickles out to Doc Aiken. Highest scoring midfielder in school history. Aiken draws the slide, plays it to the wing, and the reigning champions on the board first.
He's a scorer, but when Virginia's offense clicks at another level, Doc Aiken becomes a passer. Everyone knows he likes to get to the rack. You're going to see a quick slide and a double. Aiken finds Connor, who happens to be a Tar Heel buster.
All young lacrosse players love mud baths.
Connor McCarthy, the hero of the quarterfinals. 2003, a Virginia goalie by the name of Tillman Johnson. Played some incredible lacrosse in the mud. Carolina is on the board. It's McCarthy who had the game winner in overtime in the quarters against Rutgers.
He's on a heater. Heel fans enjoying the rain. He's known as a right-handed shooter from mid-range. Watch him split right down the middle to his left hand as this, almost the defense invited him to go there. Little hesitation move, gets to a strong. The country has that. Gives them a lot of options in terms of matchups.
Moore against Bowen. Shot clock at 8.
You know, Quint, when you watch the 2 quarterback system with Moore and Shellenberger, they put one behind and one up top. They will rotate Connor Shellenberger at attack. Moore will go to the midfield spot, vice versa.
Cormier all the way to the crease, and he scores with 2 on the shot clock.
You've got some speed. You got some tooled players like Shellenberger and Moore. And then you have some crafty Canadians like Payton Cormier. In terms of his hands, his ability to get underneath and slip defenders, he could be the X factor for Virginia in this championship run.
McCarthy, the lone UNC goal. Here comes Henry Schertzinger. The second midfield for Carolina. Trippy, Schertzinger, McCarthy. You'll see Lance Tillman.
Dangerous.
They are.
Got 8 goals last week from non-starters.
Gray stings the corner. Fading away against the 6'5 Sawstead, and we're tied at 2.
Sloppy play in the middle of the field and turnovers are really going to set the table for what's next. Long outlet pass into traffic. The refs looked at that one for a long time. Ultimately, the Heels got the ball.
This is masterful. The low shooting jumper by record-breaking Chris Gray. Most points in a season in Tar Heel history.
He was amazing last week in the quarterfinals.
Tanner Cook in there. He was a regular on that first midfield with Anderson and Perry, 77 and White. Returned in the quarters after missing a couple of games. Gives them a different look on offense with his size and his stick handling. Here comes Perry. Top shelf on road. William Perry, Sub-Zero.
Shot selection is critical today. This is a maybe shot. Fading away, not much angle. Krieg seals the deal. He shuts it off.
Ouch! Look at this shot. Top shelf. We've seen now 2 low-angle rips from almost the same exact spot. Chris Gray.
I love his body language, his maturity, and his ability to put in the extra time taking shots.
For sure. Hey, gentlemen, I just spoke to Kevin Understein, who's the defensive coordinator. He said he thinks the track is holding up well. He said the grass is really thick. Not too big of a concern yet.
20 saves for Krieg in that game. Virginia, 62 shots. Connor Shellenberger with a small window. Slips it in past Krieg to tie it at 3.
It's like Where's Waldo? Finding Shellenberger on the offensive set. He operates up top. He operates behind. When Krieg robbed Laviano, it was a next-level type pass. This time, he takes it to the rack on his own. He feels the defensive pressure behind him, Quint. So instead of rolling back, get top side, young man.
Month was the Friday before the first-round game against Monmouth, and Anderson scored the first goal of the NCAA tournament the very next day after becoming a father. There's the double. John Fox, the captain, helping for Virginia. From the outside, William Perry, his second.
How do you handle a double team? Watch Chris Gray. He steps away, frees up his hands, and his eyes are up.
Wow. This is Chris Gray in a nutshell. It's never about him. He's so selfless and lets the game come to him every single.
Won the last 5.
If you're Lars Tiffany, the frustration there is decisions. Let's make good decisions. That's, playing defense in the gray area is the challenge. Lacrosse has really evolved. It's like rolling out marbles on ice, and the pieces move so fast. The defense is, when do we double? When do we stay home?
Matt Moore going top side. He dusted Will Bowen, and we're tied at 4.
This goal tells me a lot. Breaking down all the film on Matt Moore. Traditional righty Dodger, loves to go up the right side of the field. This time, he goes to the left, and they're daring him. Will Bowen is daring him to use his left. Watch Will Bowen's hips there. That invites Moore to get to the rack lefty with the low angle.
Alex Rode devours another one.
He's flammable. Rode will get hot, and he'll seal that goal up. We've seen it. He can start slow, and usually he gets better.
7 saves for Rode, who's better than 60% in his last 4 NCAA tournament games. Unsettled, Matt Moore. Good defense. On the rebound, Virginia. Charlie Bertrand, the Division II transfer.
Can you feel it? Tell you, both these goalies standing strong. Krieg, the lefty freshman, matches up down below with some rebound control. Alex Rode, he can heat up. Remember back to the 2019 championship game when he was the MVP? Eyes wide open.
Bertrand, a 200 goal plus scorer in his career. He's got the Cavaliers, the defending champs, up by 1. Huddle. Sean Kerwin, the offensive coordinator, wants Dox Aiken initiating because Anishan Quinn, he's going to get a short stick here. So the offense will start with Dox, and they have Shellenberger and Moore spot behind.
Jack Simmons, the junior, out on that midfield unit with Aiken and Jeff Connor. Shellenberger. Payton Cormier, his second. The big Canadian came in top 5 nationally in goals. 6'4" Virginia.
Said he could be an X factor, but look at the pass by Shellenberger. He is only a freshman. He's a first-team All-American at the midfield, but he is a true quarterback, a distributor, a facilitator with so much in his toolbox. That pass was crisp. It was on a dime right time, Quint, because of how fast of a pass that was from Shellenberger.
13 multi-goal games now for Cormier. Meanwhile, Virginia has now won 8 consecutive faceoffs. Here's Connors. 18 career goals, make it 19 for the midfielder of the year. Four unanswered by Virginia.
LaSala wins the whistle and the initial clamp. It's a massive scrum. And there's Connors. He just beats his man to it. Look at him shield his stick. Pump fake keeps that point defender off of him. And then the accuracy through practice to nail a mid-range shot on the run. I mean, so many skills wrapped into one category. And that's why they're owning this portion of this game.
Payton Cormier's got 2. Shellenberger, a goal and an assist. Virginia's outscored Carolina 5-1 in this second quarter. Xander Dixon now. Shellenberger, Peter Garno rifles it past Krieg. 8-4, the reigning champions, bringing the heat in quarter number 2.
Carolina's going to have to get a timeout here. Joe Bresci's going to have to use it. This game's slipping away. Possession is 9/10 the law. In lacrosse, it's determined by ground ball play. Ball's on the carpet. Matt Wright, 20 in white, has it for a second with the great hustle from the Cavaliers. And they emerge from the pile with possession.
Who passes it? Shellenberger. Who shoots it? Garno sprays the back of the net. There are 3 big-time righty shooters on this team. Shellenberger, Aiken, and Garno. He's going to be good to go.
Charlie Bertrand, a 2-time National Player of the Year at D2 Merrimack. And Bertrand with his second of this national semifinal. 236 career goals for 41.
He's a man. This is all about strength because he is well guarded. Watch him shoot through this defensive posture, running himself out of angle. Not much there. Krieg struggles with this release. For some reason, he doesn't see it coming out of the pocket. He drops his hands low. It goes straight over his forehead.
Besides face-offs, what's Carolina's path back into this game?
Offensively, on too many possessions, I think they have non-ball handlers doing the dodging. Get the ball to your threats. Justin Anderson, whether it's Perry or Gray.
Here's Connor Marr, the All-American. Chris Gray increasing his angle, and he's got his second of the ACC Player of the Year.
Who doesn't like creativity, Anish? Chris Gray with a shovel pass earlier in the possession. Tanner Cook back in the lineup. That almost drops. But to get back in this game, I think Carolina has to match Virginia in the middle of the field. That's creativity at its best. You think about Connor Marr, right? You think about Grayson Soliday, right? He's been
changing fields.
There's McCarthy, the quarterfinal hero. Off to Gray. Not there.
He had him. He had Rode beat. He dropped the stick down low. Rode matched up. You can see the two talking to one another after the shot.
Yeah, Gray normally will drop his left plant foot and then come up on a little bit of a banana root there, Quint, to increase his angle. He was flat on that shot.
Cook down the alley. William Perry, low to high. The hat trick for Perry.
Hey, Quint, you don't need a banana root when you shoot like William Perry.
Well, with his feet set. And you see the emotional change in this game now. Look at the body language on the benches, the expression on the coach's face. A great double team. Look at Carolina stalk the Virginia ball handler, the pinch double team. At the other end, this skip pass is brilliant. Cook draws the double team, lobs it through the defense, giving his teammate the opportunity to grip it and rip it.
Shooters want to shoot. You know what happened when they played Yale, who was the big bully of college lacrosse? They were the bully that day in the national championship. They've been the bully on this May run.
Still looking for the first goal of the third quarter. Carolina's got two. Aiken to Laviano, semifinal hero 2 years ago. Now Shellenberger, the redshirt freshman. 2 goals, 2 assists for Shellenberger. And a little show of emotion by the former #1 recruit coming out of high school 2 seasons ago.
There's no weakness. No weakness whatsoever with one in blue. He can dash. He can feed. He's got the vision to see through a defense in lefty-righty. You have no clue what hand this guy is, and he plants his feet and lets it fly.
Now Cook, the big Canadian. Perry's got the short stick. Lost it. Recovers. Still time. Perry on the run. Lance Tillman. 4 goals in the quarters. To the cage! And Lance Tillman brings Carolina back within 3.
Well, he needs to be on the field more, man. End of discussion.
This was a great offensive possession. Rapid passing, changing fields east to west, putting a lot of pressure on all parts of the defense. At the tail end, Tillman catches this, and he's just too fast. As his defenseman approaches him, he hits the turbo. He gets inside, willing to pay the price. Great footwork. This young man out of Colorado can play attack, can play mid.
Step down shooter with range. McCarthy again, using his body, drew the double, tripping, separation, had a great look and just missed.
That was, man, everything but the finish. You see the swim move? It's like a bull in a matador.
Yep.
Ole. Gray back to Trippy. Eluding the pursuit again, and he scores this time.
One of the great misses you will see. Alex Trippy does the right thing on his first shot. He switches over to his right hand to increase angle, to get a better look at the 6x6. Misses just by a hair. Look at that move. Wow. Bottom pipe misses. Now this time, he knows, well, top side's not there. Let's roll back to the left side, Quint.
And look how he took something off that shot. Dealt with the defensive pressure, realizes the check's coming, gets him in the thigh, actually, as he releases that, but intuition. instincts. You kind of got to guess, but you don't want to give it up. And watch him drive at the last minute. Stick, just there. Boom. Quick little move.
Top hand, silly. Quint, we did his Under Armour All-American game, right? His senior year in high school. We had some questions about his technique. Well, he's making us look silly.
Shellenberger to Cormier. Shellenberger continues to dissect defenses. It's 11-8, a hat trick for Cormier, a 5-point afternoon for Connor Shellenberger.
An important goal because of the way this game was cresting for Carolina. Look how spread out North Carolina's defense is. This is poor communication off the ball where someone just loses Cormier in the wash. Staring at
Macri defending. Macri 28 in white. Did a good job on Duke's Michael Sowers earlier this year. Xander Dixon now. Back to Shellenberger. Peter Garno so quick with that first step. Shellenberger feeding it front to Laviano. The vision cark of number one on full display.
It's magical. It's next level. Connor Shellenberger is a redshirt freshman. After his sophomore year, if he was a college football player, he'd be draft eligible. That's not the case with college lacrosse into the PLL. If it was, he might be the number one player on a draft board going pro after his sophomore.
His defense.
I think it's the off ball. I've always liked the individual parts, like the 6 players on the field at one time. They always have the big, strong athletes and guys that can play physical. It's now coming together as a group, right? Like when we saw them up in the Carrier Dome in late February, they were in disarray off the ball, like not knowing when to slide, not timing slides. Now it's 6 parts.
Chris Gray. Carolina refusing to go down quietly. A hat trick for Gray, the attackman of the year.
Fight for top side. At the end of the third quarter, I was in the Carolina huddle. Dave Metzbauer, the offensive coordinator, said that exact thing. Create a better angle, that extra step. Chris Gray, as he approaches this dodge, right here, it looks like he's going to shoot. Then he plants his foot, and then advantage for the Tar Heels. The 2 players adjacent to Will Perry will have time and room. 3 and white is the main attraction in regards to Virginia and their defense. They don't want him shooting with time and room. Got to be patient, find the right spot.
A yard sale after Kaloji had his stick knocked away, and Perry at the other end. 4 for William Perry, Carolina within 2.
That's why. Who would want him to shoot? Not me. You want to get an opportunity with William Perry, you better sell out and ride it back. This is a relentless middle of the field approach, and Lars Tiffany knows it is at a critical juncture of this game. North Carolina taking a page out of the playbook of the Virginia Cavaliers. A yard sale that leads to a William Perry specialty. Set your feet, plant it, and sting it.
Off for the end line as the player was winding up.
Can Virginia clear? This is trouble. Picked up by Carolina. Macri retreating. Ahead to Cook. Carolina's got numbers. Perry scores! 5 for William Perry. It's a 1-goal game in East Hartford.
You can't let him shoot, Quinn. Don't let him shoot.
Heels playing with great energy. What a check in the middle of the field. Loose ball comes up Macri. Pump fakes, has patience, circles away from traffic, and they have possession.
Look at the placement. Where were all of Perry's prior 4 goals?
45 seconds to go. Justin Anderson the fifth-year senior captain, and now Gray, marked by Sawstead. Gray turning the corner. Sawstead denying top side. Gray gets some room, shoots it wide. Whose ball? It's Virginia's ball. Soliday, who's made all the hustle plays today with a huge race to the end line. Carolina in the ride. Perry knocked it away. It's going to go back to UNC. Virginia.
Ball from behind. When he drives, expect to see Will Perry.
Tillman initiating. Kastner stays with him. Now Cook. Off to the left wing and Perry. 5 goals today. Perry against Merle. Time running down. Gray. Beating inside. It's knocked down. Virginia will play for a championship on Monday. The reigning champs hang